Dushane got a baby by the end of the episode. Shelley trying to stop Summer House from getting shut down. And Jack ain't playing with none of y'all. What's good, y'all? She gets this Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Top Boy video. In this video, I am breaking down episode 3 from season 2, which is now streaming on Netflix. If you missed my episode 1 and 2 breakdown, I will have them linked in the cards above as well as the description box down below. So go ahead and check those out after you finish this if you missed it. And also be sure to drop your thoughts, theories, and comments, even your questions in the comment section down below as you go through the breakdowns and watch the series. We're going to keep the conversation going in the comment section. But without further ado, let's talk about episode number 3. Dwan is clearly a problem as this episode opens with watching him intercept the food shipment as it reaches the shores of Spain. And it's clear he knew exactly where to be and when to grab one of the largest shipment Dushane needed like yesterday. He is running low on road and this is a major problem. When Jack pops up to make a drop, Dushane tells her how he needs Sully to peek his head back up, so she needs to get a message to him because he needs help with handling things in Spain. On top of that, he applies more pressure for Ed's murder thing. He wants a name of who is responsible now, like right now. On her way out of Dushane's flat, her lady of the other night calls and talks about how she wants to go to the police, which we know Jack is not going to do. Not today, tomorrow, or the next day. It's interesting that Jack is the point of contact for Sully because it's clear he still doesn't know about Leighton and Lauren and how Lauren is to blame for the attack on him at the funeral last season. As a special favor for Jack, Sully agrees to meet Dushane and he wants Jack to link him with Shelley. He gonna try to get Mandy in with Shelley because she needs something legit to be able to get money from and put her life back together, and that is pretty much clear as day from the initial ask. We see Jack drive to Liverpool, which she's supposed to be taking her mother to the hospital as she told Dushane, which means that she's clearly hiding Lauren, her circumstances, and what she plans to do next from both Dushane and Sully. Jack promises to get Lauren out, and she's seemingly so close to the edge that Jack might not be moving fast enough to save her sister and her little niece or nephew that's on the way. When Sully and Dushane meet, it's nothing but tension and ego. They start to argue pretty much immediately as Sully reminds him that he isn't Dushane's puppy, and Dushane reminds him that he gets bags every week to that boat as he sits off and do nothing. And now that he needs him to step in and do something, he needs to go ahead and do it. Before they can get to the real matter at hand and handle the business that Dushane called him for, Spain, Sully reminds him that he's always bailing Dushane out and ain't interested in doing it anymore. And Dushane bows into his ego and changes his mind on getting him involved at all. Before Dushane can leave, they get into a fight, forcing their crews to break them up. Nobody wins when a family feuds. Remember that, fellas? Because Sully ain't going to do it, Dushane is forced to get the next best option involved, Jamie. Some of the most interesting and moving scenes in this episode are the ones from Jamie and Seth as Jamie breaks it to him that he's going on a trip and Seth is instantly triggered thinking that something Jamie is doing is going to send him back to jail. The pain and disgust in Steph's eyes is deeply hurtful and sad to watch. Jamie has a moment with Kit in this episode as he asks him to stay on the Ad situation while he's away, and it's interesting to see that the boy who once attempted on Attica's life at first could care less about what is happening to find his killer. So did Kit try again and this time succeed? Kit feels that Ass was just a snitch and did too much to Jamie and his family to be of big concern, and Jamie has to remind him that Ass is also family regardless of what went down with the book bag last season. When Sully returns home, he finds his niece Pebbles there chatting about things that she shouldn't be and seemingly in trouble. She was supposed to bring back a few Peckham boys' food from Jamaica, their names, Cypress and Kadeem, and her boyfriend Rashawn lifted it off of her, and now they're hunting for her, looking for their food, which she doesn't have. Sully goes to deal with the ex-boyfriend who was playing tough with him at first. He tries the nice way and ultimately has to handle it the other way. So though still feeling guilty about Dris and his death, the old Sully is still very much so around and ready at a moment's notice to do what needs to be done to protect his family. He runs up in Rashawn's house, handles him proper, recovers the Peckham boys' food, and is one step closer into getting Pebbles out from under the situation she got herself into. Shelley meets with some of the most motivated community members of Summer House in this episode as they discuss their options for fighting this housing redevelopment. After having a nice moment of breaking the moving news to Tish and showing her her room, which she loves, we see Shelley and Dushane reconnect and have a conversation about Summer House. She wants his help with saving it, and he has to reveal that he's already committed to the other side and tearing it down. Before the end of the episode, Ruben calls with info on the girl involved in At's murder. She's an up-and-coming lyricist that does rap battles nearby. Jack goes to the club to find out more information about the girl whose name is Keza. And we also get a visit from Lizzie to Jamie's before the episode closes, as she is struggling to save her spot in this burgeoning drug empire and plant seeds for Jamie on finding his way back to the top and working with her again. Jack is able to let out a bit of frustration and grief at the end of the episode as Kieron found the dudes that jumped her and she beats him within an inch of his life, ensuring that he won't be minding gay people business anymore, as she should. She returns the girl's purse, makes proper apologies, and just like that, they are set back on track. I like sis for Jack. It just feels right. The very last moments of this episode are ones with Ruben when he is alerted by his many associates who are being searched by police, and he narrowly escapes his flat with his son, only to drop the baby off with Dushane as he tries to stay ahead of the police. And that is my episode 3 from season 2 of Netflix's Top Boy Breakdown. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so that you don't miss out on any of my other Top Boy coverage. If you got any questions, thoughts, theories, and predictions, drop them in the comment section down below so that we can keep the conversation going, and keep it locked for my episode 4 breakdown. I'll see you in the next one.